Hello folks, this is Sullla once again. Welcome to another part of our ongoing series for Civilization 4 featuring Willem of the Dutch. This is just about finished. I don't know if I'll finish it in this video or if I'll need another video past this one. Let's go ahead and get started. This game is, for all intents and purposes, finished. It's just a matter of polishing off a space victory. In terms of the techs that we still need to get, I'll pull up the tech tree here right at the start of the game. We still need to get a couple key techs. We need all the ones that have spaceship parts. I'm going to build superconductors is the one I'm targeting first, so I can build these labs. Give you extra research, so you get to more techs faster. They also give you plus 50% spaceship production. They're sort of like the very late game version of a library. And this tech also allows you to build thrusters. You need to build at least one, usually, but up to 5. You usually just want to build all 5. So we're going to grab this first. Then I need to backtrack for rocketry. I probably should have gotten this first because I can't build any spaceship parts until I build the Apollo program. So I need to get this. I need to get rocketry. I need satellites. There's a spaceship part here. I'm going to need to go and pick up the engine. This is always the most toughest part to build, the SS engine. There's also a cockpit here at fiber optics. There's casings here at composites. And then you don't need robotics, but you do need genetics. This SS stasis chambers here. Anyway, I don't know the optimal path to build the spaceship. I almost never build the spaceship in my games. It's been ages since I've had to. So I'm pretty sure I'm not going to research these techs in the optimal order. But I'm not trying to race here. We'll just try to get this done quickly and see how long it takes. So there's the superconductor tech.
The feeling that power is growing and that resistance is overcome.
Sadly, the new text in Beyond the Sword, the quotes are read by Sid Meier and not by Leonard Nimoy. Nothing against Sid, but he just doesn't have as good of a voice for those tech quotes. Okay, we need rocketry. 3 turns. Alright, now, most of these cities are going to get planted on laboratories. So this is actually going to decrease my research rate by a pretty good margin. Alright, we got the theater. Built the library, dirt cheap. These cities are just coming out of resistance. Okay, every city needs a granary. Actually, the library is so cheap. Let's get that. Assign the Dutch city of Cologne to Bismarck. No, let's not give him that city. Although if he does, it's not the end of the world. Okay, I need to go through, and I need to assign labs to my cities. So this means that I'm going to have to stop building wealth and watch my... I'm no longer going to be able to run 100% tech rate at a positive. I'm going to be losing a lot of money. Wow, look at all these stupid specialists. Stupid specialists. Anyway, I'm going to take the tank out of the queue. Let's queue up labs. 6 turns. Yeah, these things are fairly expensive to build, but it's not like we've got anything else that's important to build. See how the tech rate's plummeting? Does Rotterdam need this? No, it is my heroic epic city. It doesn't even have a university. That city is finishing a wonder. And note the tech rate continuing to plummet. That's alright. I'll have to tick down science a little bit. This city... Stupid. Alright. Same thing here. Why does it... Look at all these spy specialists the AI just loves to assign. So silly. This city's starving, but it'll take 24 turns to starve, and the game will basically be over by that point in time, so I don't really care that much. Labs all around. Note that we've gone from making 100 gold per turn to losing 200 gold per turn as a result of taking all these cities off of wealth. Well, that's just going to have to be that way. I don't know if the city needs the artists anymore. I think the city's pretty solid. That's a really good city. It's one of my best production cities. Okay. Now losing 500 gold per turn. And then these cities are less developed. Okay. Wow. This city just came out of resistance. This is going to starve regardless, but at least we can get a little bit more out of it. Its borders will pop and then it'll be okay. City just came out of resistance. Okay. Yeah, so we have to drop down to 80% science when every city's not building wealth. That's fine, though. The border's just expanded there. Okay, down here, all these windmills, they're probably fine. I don't really need more production in those cities. Okay, Buddhist missionaries spreading Buddhism. We'll just go here. Give me a little bit more gold. By the way, Rotterdam is starving because it got its water supply poisoned. See, -7 from poisoned water. That'll go down over time. Yeah, I'm just going to put these workers to sleep. This area is probably fine. I'm not too worried. If I really need them, I can always wake them up, but I'm not too concerned about that area. I think it's fine. And like I said, I'm going to try to go through these turns pretty quickly. Yep. That's all I really need to do is just assign a whole bunch of labs. Like I said, I'm going to be playing these turns fast. Mostly because the game's basically over. I know I showed the demographics screen. I'm really far ahead in this game. I'm not going to go through and start microing everything for a game that's, you know, basically over. The AI won't even declare war on me because I'm too far ahead in terms of power. Or I would be very surprised if they did. My understanding of how things work is they won't declare when they're that far behind in power. Anyway, this is Cristo Redentor. Really nice modern era wonder. Allows you to make civic swaps at basically no penalty. It used to be even more broken when it was when Beyond the Sword first came out. It allowed unlimited civic swaps whenever you wanted to, so you could do all sorts of broken stuff in the game. I can give you some examples of that. You could, for example, be in Emancipation, and then you could see no anarchy. No anarchy, but you can only change once per turn. What you could do is you could start the turn in Emancipation, then you could revolt into slavery and whip cities, and then you could revolt into nationhood, and then draft cities, and then you could revolt back into another civic again, all in one turn. It's incredibly broken. In terms of late game stuff, really ridiculous. You can't do that anymore. I can change my civics for free, but I can only change civics once per turn, so it's not unlimited in terms of what you can do. Anyway, let's build the lab here. This is a pretty solid city. You can benefit from it. Alright, we got the library done here. The reason why the library didn't survive capture is cultural buildings never survive capture. Let's let this city regrow quickly. So you'll never capture a library. You'll never capture a university. The only exception to that is wonders. You can capture wonders, of course, but wonders lose their culture when they get captured. So I have Notre Dame, I have the Kremlin, and if this game were closer, I could show just how abusive Kremlin can be in the late game too. But none of them will provide culture. Return to the rightful owner succeeds. Look at this. Zoal voted yes as well, and in fact the vote wouldn't have passed otherwise. What a piece of, well, I'm not a particularly big fan of the whole Apostolic Palace. I think it's pretty broken as a concept. So that city got returned to Bismarck. I could have voted to defy, but that would have given me a lot of unhappiness. And it just doesn't matter that much this late in the game. And because of that, I've lost control over a lot of these tiles. Actually, the borders, yeah, Willem's borders expanded. That's just the whole, everything associated with the Apostolic Palace is poorly designed. It's not a good system, and if I had any say, it would not have been in the game. It's a very poorly designed game mechanic, the Apostolic Palace. Way too easy to game the system in one way or another. Anyway, let's get Hippo out of starvation. This city will starve. We can at least assign some more useful specialists if it's going to starve. Yeah, but the borders will expand between turns, and then it should be okay. This workshop, I might want to turn that into a farm, actually. Yeah, just in case this city needs it. Let me just grab 2 more workers to finish that. Just in case I need the food there next turn. Farm. There we go. Just in case. So that city won't starve. Other than that, I don't care too much. Alright, Maastricht gets its own version of Buddhism. You know, I believe you can rally units to go to a set location, but I don't know the automation command for that off the top of my head, so we'll just keep going. Anyway, those labs will start completing in a turn or two. The one way I could have gotten rid of the Apostolic Palace, I could have just teched to mass media and built the UN. Could have just built the United Nations, and that invalidates the Apostolic Palace. If I had known that that Bismarck was going to do that, I would have just done exactly that. But I didn't know. Look at all those units pouring in. That's to reduce the chance of a revolt in Grenoble. The AI is pretty good at doing that. At using units to suppress a cultural flip. Okay, now this city doesn't really have anything to build right now, unless, well, could build the internet, but the AI doesn't have anything that I don't already own, so I already have all the text that they have. We want a lighthouse here now, so it can work the coastal tiles. Library. Does this city already have a factory? I think it does. Forge, coal plant. There's a forge and a coal plant, but not a factory. Let's get the granary and then we'll put that up. Alright, theater. This city is not going to grow much more. Just to the library because it's dirt cheap. Leptis, let's see. Alright. This, how much more food do we need? Still need a bit more. I should be okay though. There we go. That'll at least get it out of starvation. Don't want to see the city starve unnecessarily. Yeah, this city needs a what's it called? Needs a lighthouse as its next item. Let it finish the theater first. Great scientist. So I'm just continuing to spread Buddhism to different cities for the minuscule extra gold. I mean, each individual spread doesn't do that much, but over time, if you're careful about spreading your religion, this shrine does provide 47 gold each turn, and then that gets modified by all the stuff in here, plus 200%. That's market, grocer, bank, and Wall Street. So the city is getting quite a bit of gold. It's getting, what, about 150 of that just straight from Buddhist missionaries. Alright, so that's all to do on this turn. Again, when you're not moving the workers, the turns go by fast. And as I said, I'm pretty far ahead. Oh, great. Got another water supply getting poisoned. Wow, hey, yeah, such a fun feature. I'm sure glad they put espionage in Beyond the Sword. It so adds so much to this game. Note that 2 different spies attempted to poison the water supply of Delft. 2 different ones. The first one was stopped, and then the second one succeeded.
But one cannot eternally live in a cradle.
It's a pretty good tech quote, too. Okay, so I believe the next thing we need to do is we need to get to fusion, because we need to build the engine, and that's usually the most expensive part. So we got to research fission to get there. Alright. Guess that makes sense. Yeah. Still got to get the case. Oh, I still need this tech too. I probably need to. I forgot that this was one too. Ugh, so many different techs I have to research. Well, go ahead and get started. Alright, we got the lab done. I'll go ahead and transition to the Apollo program. Wait, why can't I build the... Oh, I don't have flight yet. Wait a minute. Why can't I build the Apollo program? Should be able to. Here it is. 11 turns. Alright. Well, we got another wonder. Hollywood's just like Broadway and rock and roll. Does the same thing. It's just another modern era happiness resource. Movies instead of the other ones. Yeah, one reason why I don't like going for space is you just have to research so darn many techs in the late game. Just like tech after tech after tech. You have to research so freaking many. It's my least favorite victory condition for that reason. It just takes forever to research them all. The alternative would be plowing through another one of these civs, which I could do militarily rather quickly, but I'd have to take out... Bismarck alone wouldn't be enough to give me a victory, and I'd prefer not to kill... I'd prefer not to kill the people who are my allies earlier in the game. So that doesn't seem very fair to them. Alright. Factory. Again, this can all be microed a lot more closely. This city doesn't have power, does it? I guess it should build the coal plant then. Oops, Carthage. Well, this was about to pop up too. What does the city even need? Probably just a lab. Actually, no, let's build the dike. Where's the lighthouse? Good. That's what it needs. Okay. Anyway, so I can increase science rate. That'll get that. Fission down to 3 turns. That's nice. But I can't really start queuing up. Here's the city that was poisoned. I was wondering where that was. So this city will, well, would have starved down a little bit, except that fortunately I can pick up another tile here. So I'm getting cultural push. Alright. No, wait. I already have Buddhism in that city. So that was pointless. And I think that's it. Just training the Buddhist missionaries. Yeah, 2,500 beakers per turn. Again, demographics, I'm way out in front in everything. I mean, it's not really close. The game's basically over. I do wonder, though, who keeps poisoning me. I mean, look at this. I've got 4,600 espionage points against Sullla, and I still can't see his research yet. I've got even more against Bismarck, and I can just barely see his. I can just barely see them. I think, yeah, just so many spy specialists that the AI runs. There's another spy that I've countered. That must have been Bismarck, judging by the fact that it was his turn. The secrets of electricity were stolen. Yeah, oh, by the way, if you want to see something else that's broken about espionage, you can steal texts for much less than they cost to research. Much, much less than they cost to research. It's a huge balance issue. Fortunately, you don't see it too much because it doesn't come along until so late in the game, but yeah, it's a real problem. Most of the stuff that got introduced in Beyond the Sword caused serious balance issues because Beyond the Sword was not done by the same people who developed the original game. The development was shifted from Soren Johnson to Alex Mantanzas and John Schaefer, and they just didn't do as good of a job. I mean no offense by that, but they just didn't do as good of a job, and most of the stuff that they introduced is very questionable from a balance standpoint. Actually, probably just go with the cheaper thing to build. Wait, what? Why did it ask me? How did... Oh, I see why. It can't build another missionary because there's 3 already on the screen. I told it to alt build missionaries, but it can't build right now. Okay. Keep queuing up wealth. Alright, now we'll do the factory. Library. This is... needs more growth. Can grow back onto those hill tiles later. We want to get some growth going first. Needs a dike for production. Also, I'd rather have some of these tiles go over to Carthage. This tile can go over to Carthage. Be more useful in Carthage. This tile can go over to Carthage too. Carthage is a really good city. This guy to here. Move this guy. Come on. Oh, I built another tank up there. Let's fix that. Fix that. I don't actually want another tank. I'd rather have a lab up here. Okay. Yeah, I've just got like tons of tanks sitting around in case I'd ever actually need them. Give me another modern unit there on the border. More stuff spreading. I can probably tick science up. Yep, there we go. So now we're back up to 100% science, thanks to some of those units coming off. Some of those cities coming off of builds and being able to go over to wealth. The Apollo program is still 10 more turns, though. Might be able to build it faster in another city, but this is probably close enough. Yeah. I should top 3,000 beakers per turn on this next upcoming turn. Now I've lost espionage visibility on Louis, must have done another bout of espionage spending to pump up his espionage. The AI likes to run the espionage slider as well. As I said, it's all pretty pointless. Then they just waste it on stupid things like poisoning your water supply that does nothing and except for being irritating. University. City's got health issues, so just build it harbor. Actually, the observatory is cheaper. Okay, now this city can grow a little bit more. Doesn't seem to have that much food. Ah, that's the culprit. Running a specialist it didn't need. Get that because it's so cheap. Okay. Alright, you move up. You move up. Battleship, tank. Wait, hold on. Where am I building battleships and tanks? Here. Where's the... Oh, over here on the coast, I see. Stack up the bank account in case I need to spend money on something later. Alright, there we go. Oh, failed to spread. Happens sometimes. Anyway, let's build a lab here while those Buddhist missionaries are running around. Yeah, so over 3,000 beakers now. I apologize if this isn't very interesting. It's the late game turns of a game that's over and it's just playing out the string at this point. It's not really much to say, just clicking turns. I probably would not finish this out if I were not putting this on YouTube.
That would be like the splendor of the mighty one. I am become death, the shatterer of worlds.
This allows you to build nuclear, build the Manhattan Project, allows you to then build nuclear weapons. I'm not interested in that in this game. Nukes are usually banned in multiplayer games because they're really unbalancing. They will kill any unit on the tile that they hit, and there's not really much you can do to defend against them. So they're usually considered to be pretty broken, and you won't see people using them. Anyway, this will obsolete the Kremlin, which is a shame, but I'm not even using the Kremlin, so it doesn't matter that much. Alright, anyway, there's another lab that's gone up. Harbor, that takes care of the city's health issues, so, well, for now anyway. Go ahead and build a lab. Note that the bank doesn't do anything if we're at 100% research, which is where I'm pretty much going to be planted permanently. This city now is going to be awesome. I'd much rather work this tile. I should workshop that tile because I want this city to be more of a production city. This will be a place I will definitely look to build some spaceship parts here. Alright, there's the lighthouse. Now the city can grow. You guys. This tile here. You guys. Workshop this tile. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Just gives it more production. Can still grow onto that tile. And again, you can micro all this in more detail. Still 8 turns on that Apollo program. Jeez, I should have gotten started on that earlier. I totally forgot I had to build it. You can see how many late game Beyond the Sword space races I've done. I just never play these, so I don't know the exact order. The games I play are usually decided one way or the other long before it gets to a space race, and this game's been obviously decided as well. So I'm not an expert on what you need to do to close out a late game space race because the games are never close this late. Library. I've already built the dike, right? Yeah. I could also change some of these cities over to. I could also change some of these cities over to research because I'm actually bringing in more gold than I need right now. Like, I'm well over what I need. So perhaps I'll do that in some of these cities. Alright, just still building tanks. Great engineer born. They're so far, the AI is so far behind in tech, they're still back in military science. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. Put a couple of the largest cities off wealth, put them on research. Cities that are more likely to be building spaceship parts later. So I don't need over the amount that I'm making. Alright, that should just about do it. Okay, so now we're up to 3,300 beakers, and that's allowing me to... I should be able to do most of these techs in about 3 turns off of this. Should be able to get each tech in roughly 3 turns, but I still have a lot of techs to go through. It says 4 turns for fission, but I bet it'll actually be 3 with the overflow I get from fiber optics. Well, that city, Middleburg, is building a bomber I don't need. It was in the building queue, and it went into that after it finished its laboratory. I'm considering turning the animations off so I don't have to watch the AI move its units around constantly every turn. Oh, Bismarck actually wants open borders? Interesting. He's been my enemy the whole game. Sure, why not? I don't care. Not going to make much of a difference. He'll get more out of that than I will. Now, to play optimally, I'd have to keep checking these cities constantly to stop things like this when the city builds, gets the spy specialist, but it's just not worth the effort in a game that's not competitive to keep checking this stuff constantly. To the library. There's the lab. Excellent. What else does this city need? Can build everything pretty fast. Probably needs more health. Let's go ahead and build a public transport for that. Alright, where do we still need to spread religion? Most of the cities to the west. Over here. Lab in Middleburg. It's this city, right? Yeah. Okay. Mining Inc. has been incorporated. The Lake Game corporations. Well, the AI is not very good at spreading them around. It does okay, but it usually is not nearly as good as a human can do. Why is this city starving? Did this city get its water supply poisoned? No. Just unhealthy. I don't know why it's not working that tile in that case. That's fine. I'll just build another health building here. One of these, probably a grocer. That's fine. Alright, so we finished another tech on diffusion. As I thought, the overflow gets it down to only 3 turns. Another spy has been discovered. They're trying to poison the water supply yet again, I'm assuming. Yeah, I'm definitely turning off those animations. I'm getting really sick of watching the AI's units run in circles like idiots every single turn. There we go.
There's a single light of science, and to brighten it anywhere is to brighten it everywhere.
Okay, this allows me to build the cockpit, which I have to have as part of the space program. They're fine. I don't know why it even prompts you about things like that. It's like, really? That city's fine. This city's never going to finish anything else. I'll just put it on a library. City has no production. Now in this city, I can do something to give it health, or I can give more science. Let's do health and then we'll go more science after that. Library's finished here. Next I probably want a dike for more production. Go ahead and do that. Okay, cue that up. Leave this. Alright, the Apollo program's getting closer. Only 5 turns now. Not too much longer. Actually could go into bureaucracy if I really wanted to speed it up, but that's alright. What's wrong with this city? Still starving. I don't think there's much I can do. It just doesn't have enough food. Nothing I can do here. Just not enough tiles to work. I need more health, but I just don't physically have enough health for that. Could research future tech, I guess. Turn 300. 1860. By the way, on normal speed, I believe there's 550 turns, so technically there's still another 250 turns left in the game. Even though it feels like this is incredible late game, I rarely see much past turn 200, because multiplayer games are usually decided by turn 200. It's pretty rare to see anything go much past that. Beyond turn 250 is almost unbelievable to see. So to be at turn 300 is pretty silly, but then again, you almost never play this late in the game. Yeah, so. What else? I'll go ahead and build this. Make use of that overflow. Got the observatory, and I needed health of some kind here. We'll build the harbor. That's a cheap way to get health. Library. It already has a dike. Forge, probably? No. We'll do the harbor for cheap health. This city's pretty much good to go. I'll build the market just to make sure I don't ever have any unhappy... Actually, no, I need the security bureau to help prevent it from getting water poisoned or whatever the heck the AI is going to do. So, even at 3,500 beakers per turn, you can see it still takes a while to research these texts. Most of my cities now have Buddhism. Let's check out how many more still need it. Still some, but most of them have it. It won't be too much longer, and I'll have it in all cities. Just the ones over here on the west coast. You can actually check this out on the map, too. On the world map. There's a religious slider here. This is the Judaism spread. We'll check out which one am I looking at. Buddhism. Where is it? Here we go. Buddhism is got a very large following around the world. You can see most cities around the world actually follow Buddhism. It's a bit of a shame that the Apostolic Palace wasn't built for Buddhism instead of for Confucianism. And there's the Confucian coverage. That's the holy city. That's why it's darker. Taoism doesn't have much of a following at all. Yeah, like one city. Hinduism has like no... actually, that's not true. Hinduism has a following over here. This was the Mayan religion. Islam rarely has much of a following. Last religion to be founded. There's like one or two cities. Oh wow, this is the Islamic holy city, really? Calcutta? For real? This tiny little city down here? I didn't even realize that. Funny. Anyway, on we go. I didn't even realize that was the Islamic holy city. You can see how unimportant it is in this particular game. Generally speaking, the earlier religions usually are the more influential ones. The water supply of Uzbek was poisoned. Great. So that's another city that'll be running out of food until the water supply goes away. I don't know why I can see... Oh, I must have enough espionage points on Louis now to have visibility on his cities. I'm like, why can I suddenly see all throughout his civ? That's, if you get a higher amount of espionage, you can see all through their cities. But you need to have, like, a lot of espionage points to do that. Unfortunately, that means that more AI units running around, so we're going to have to turn that off. Anyway, this city needs a little bit more health to prevent its starvation diet, so give it a grocer. There's the public transport. I'm still abstain. He'll still win the election, but make it more difficult. Show moves. Exit. Look at all these tanks I'm building. I don't need them. It's just in case anyone ever would try to get frisky, I've got them. There we go. Middleburg. Spread. Alright, what's next? Mayapan. And they're next. Okay. Apollo program, 3 more turns. Oh, I'm now in the future era? I wasn't in the future era before? I thought I was.
Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic.
I have always liked that tech quote too. Anyway, so I get a great engineer for first to discover, and this allows you to build the spaceship engine. Alright, now I can finally go and get the last couple parts. Okay, so what do I still need? I still need satellites to build the docking bay. I still need composites to build all the SS casings. Let's do that next, actually, because I need to build 5 casings. Then I need the life support, and then I need the stasis chamber. The stasis chamber is pretty expensive, too. Yeah, I'll probably try to get the life support last. That one's cheaper. This is a relatively cheap part. We can leave this one for last. Let's get satellites. That reveals the world map too. Satellites, then composites. Alright. There's the harbor. What else do I need? I guess I might as well keep building. Tech buildings. There's the security bureau. Okay. This video definitely going to be a spaceship part builder. Just need to finish the Apollo program. Alright, there's the, wow, this is some... Oh, I see. I was like, why is it working these tiles? It's like, oh, I just got some tiles back culturally from Bismarck. That's why. Yeah, let's try to stress growth. There we go. Get it up to at least 3 food per turn. Is it losing food? Yeah, it needs health. Build the aqueduct. That'll help a lot, too. Bismarck, of course, wins. The way the Apostolic Palace works is only cities that have Confucian in them can vote in the elections. Bismarck can technically vote himself. He could technically win a diplomatic victory, but I'm not sure if every city has his religion in it to allow him to qualify for that. Alright, there's my great engineer. Oh, I can actually start a golden age. Yes, excellent. I have a person of each of the 3 types. I can start a golden age. Let's do that as soon as the Apollo program finishes. Actually, if I pop it now, I might be able to finish the Apollo program this turn. Let's just pop off the golden age right now. And that will allow me to research faster and get... Wow, look at that, 4,400 beakers per turn. Yeah, this city can finish the Apollo program. It might not look like initially, but watch. Let's do some changing of tile assignments. There we go. Get 1 engineer. How many do I need? I need to get that up to 240. Maybe I can't, actually. I thought I could. Maybe not. Unless I work this tile. No, I only have 18 pop. Okay, I can't actually get it this turn. Oh, well. Thought I could change things around, but apparently I cannot. And Utrecht desperately needs this tile back, so go ahead and give it that tile back. Oh well, I was hoping that I could make that happen, but apparently not. And I can change 1 or 2 cities over from wealth to research. Get these techs done faster, and I can change 1 more over to. Change this over to. Alright, there we go. That's fine. And then next turn I can start building the actual spaceship parts. Or no, not next turn, in 2 turns. Jeez. Ugh. Oh well. As I said, this has not been the best executed space race you'll ever see. Rather poorly executed, actually, but just not... don't really care. Harbor finished. Gives it back cheap health. Forge, more production, grocer, that takes care of this city's health issues. So now we can go on to more research buildings. Where was the city that got its water supply poisoned? This city, Middleburg. Whatever. Note that, have you noticed how the AI will just poison cities over and over and over and over again? I mean, does this do anything? Does this serve any purpose whatsoever other than to annoy you? As far as I can tell, the answer is no. Doesn't really achieve anything other than annoying the player. So let's get these spaceship parts started.
Beep, 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 beep.
Anyway, this reveals the world map. I think it was largely revealed anyway. Reveals the space elevator, which helps you construct parts faster, but by the time you get to the tech, you're usually just better off building the spaceship parts than the actual elevator. Alright, what's the most expensive part? The docking bay and the engine? Let's do the engine and the docking bay at some of my top production cities. And then split off the thrusters to smaller cities. Does this city need anything else? I guess I'll build the thing that helps defend against spies. This is a pretty good city. I'm going to build at least 1 spaceship part here. We'll put this on a thruster. Aqueduct. Where's it? Okay. You just run over here. Okay. Let me sort my cities by production. Well. Alright, this city... I thought I sent someone to that city. Send it here to Lakamba. Try to convert this one. There we go. Alright. Let me sort my cities by production. This is one thing you can do. Go to F1, sort cities. Okay, Amsterdam is the top. No, Amsterdam's not the top city. Carthage is the top city. Oh, okay. Amsterdam is number 2. Carthage is number 1. So I said that was a good city I'd capture. Okay, in that case, I'll build the docking bay here. 8 turns. And I will build the most expensive part, which is the engine, here in Carthage. 8 turns. Okay. What next? Go down the list. Unfortunately, I have to sort it each time. Amsterdam, Delhi. Delhi's on a thruster. Actually, I will put Delhi on a more expensive part then. I didn't realize that that was the 3rd. Note that the capitals tend to be some of the best locations. Oh, the thruster's more expensive than the cockpit. Interesting, I didn't realize that. Oh, need 1 to 2 engine. I didn't realize you could build up to 2 engines. Alright, well, we'll assign both of them to build engines then. Both of them can build engines. And Delhi can build the docking bay then. Alright, what next? So you want to have obviously your best production cities build the parts. Okay, Mayapan then. Build a thruster. Click F2 instead of F1. Okay. Chichen Itza and Rotterdam. What the heck was... Wait. I hope that didn't mess up the recording. I had a pop-up on my desktop. Come on. Don't be gone. Oh, dear. Of all the things... Jeez. I cannot get Civ to pop back up on the screen because HP software update had to appear. HP software update had to appear halfway through the recording and then instantly crash the game. So, yeah. Alright. Well, I guess that's all the footage I've got for right now. Thank you, HP software updates. That's what I really wanted. I really need to update my printer in the middle of this video. Thank you. I guess that's the end of this recording. We'll come back and finish it again later in part 20. See you guys again soon.